This stupid thing doesn't work.
Because that's Terminator watching you right there.
Is mine working?
I doubt it. I hope it's not.
Your guys' are all crooked.
Mine is looking good, man.
No, it's crooked.
No, listen.
I'm worried. Honestly, I'm serious. I'm not worried. Because it's the direction. Well, it's Omni, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Omni.
Omnipresent?
Omnipotent.
Yeah, no,
yes, indeed.
I got.
Point it up a little bit more.
Listen, it's good, man.
Why you always gotta be crooked?
Because I don't want it sitting here like this. I'm a heterosexual.
It's not in those pants.
So obviously he hangs right.
Listen,
you could just clip it from the hat.
Descriptive.
No,
I don't know if
listen. I'm concerned about something.
I'm still concerned about your mic.
And there it is.
I don't know if
we got this little friggin' Poland Springs regular water. While this guy got a damn, Performance One Corvette glass.
That's why he's. That's why he's
lemon and sparkling water.
That's why you Ascot, baby.
It is an oil flask.
But you didn't offer.
I only have one. Yeah,
no, you didn't offer the salsa one.
You get these in Tampa. Wow.
That's why he's an Ascot, baby.
But why didn't you get me a salsa one?
I still want you to fix your mic. It's fucking driving me crazy.
Jacob's mic is the same way. It's the same. Yeah.
No, his has a little more of an angle.
No, it's the same. My shirt, look, first of all, it's a shirt from London.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Now I feel better. All right.
The harassment.
So, dude, how the hell did we get here?
Well, I came
Funny you should ask.
I came on a plane.
Damn,
thankfully you didn't say boat.
I thought about it, but you said it.
Boat?
You said it though. You said it. We're 10 seconds in and we're canceled.
So nice. And you open with boat.
Yeah. He said, I'm so glad he didn't say boat. I thought about it, but I figured
we don't have 2 minutes, not content, and we're already gonna get
30
canceled.
seconds.
Already gonna get canceled.
And you already starting with your shit.
Well, let's say I got a mix of, Romanian, Hispanic, French Canadian.
Holy shit! You guys are gonna tell me what kind of diapers you wore too?
Yeah, I'll get into that too.
Yeah, okay, let's tighten it up.
Oh, like the Putin interview, if you all saw that recently. So we'll go into every detail. So you might not have heard because they wouldn't tell you in America.
You're starting with boats and Putin.
Putin. But don't bring up the other folks because I can't say his name right and we will get canceled. So I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm itching though. I'm itching.
It's going to take a long ass time for us to get on topic.
Well, you said,
are y'all done clowning?
I drove.
The boat?
No. No. Not the boat.
They didn't let you drive the boat?
I drove a hovercraft before.
Hovercraft?
Yes. Hovercraft. The bloody thing that goes across the Thames River.
This was in London.
Yes.
Of course you did it in London.
France. Yes,
of course you did.
You haven't driven a hovercraft, have you?
Bougie ass.
That's right. As long as you know.
Hovercraft.
I've dressed to par.
Indubitably.
Splendid even.
Y'all stupid. All right, so let's focus. My question, because apparently I got to break it down in context. So
Barney style, please.
Precisely what the hell I meant is how we got to these chairs, man. We all got a journey that got us here.
Yeah, carried him downstairs.
And now, we're recording it for some damn reason. I have no idea why we decided to do that.
I know Jacob asked them to bring down these chairs. You seen him? He can't lift no chairs. That was his dad. That was not there.
Jacob got people.
Oh, he got guys. He got guys.
He's on my guys.
Oh, you 1865. You put the best guys on it?
No, 1930s. This is Prohibition period.
Oh my God.
Look at my bar. This is Prohibition.
Yes. It's very nice.
What do you mean very nice? This is a badass bar.
It's very nice. What do you want me to do? Hey, oh my God, always something.
A little bit. I kind of did a little bit. Your damn mic's crooked again.
Stereotype.
I prefer you do the Birmingham act.
Your damn mic's crooked again.
My mic is fine.
You know what? Straighten up.
And fly right. Straighten up and fly right.
I know that song.
I don't know the rest of it, but I know you do. All right.
Are we going to talk seriously about why the fuck we're
How
here?
we got here?
Are we going to talk about
All right, the
that?
bloopers are over.
Because you know there's some people, maybe like one, who's going to watch this someday, and they're going to want to know why we're doing this. So who's going to, should we make Mr. Ascot here?
Christopher Reeves, go ahead.
Well, you all met first, so I think it would be.
Did we?
Did we
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
And then you met Jacob and then brought him over.
All right, so true story. We on camera too, so be polite.
I will.
90% accuracy, but proceed.
Be polite.
Okay, I will.
Well, I'm saying myself right here. Your first impression, hey, my voice is messed up because of the
Because you didn't get salsa water.
no, because my freaking Niners just lost the Super Bowl
I was upset about
by
that too.
3 points.
My son
Did you watch that
celebrated.
game?
I did. And
That
I
game
was upset.
was insane.
Yeah. It was a great game. But I felt so bad for you.
Oh, dude,
I did.
that was so brutal, man.
That was
So brutal.
it wasn't
so
right.
clearly, I was screaming my ass off, and voice is gone. Or perfect time to record. That's what I thought.
Well, we did try and change the date 7 times last night. But
Yeah, I
anyway.
wonder why that happened.
Jacob.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So first impression,
Of you?
be fucking nice.
Okay. Real talk. You know what? When I came in and you at the other side of the bar.
Oh shit, he looks like he's actually thinking about being honest
I
right
came
now.
in. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna be very honest.
All right.
I was like, you know what? And you went, man. I went and you went like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a real motherfucker right there.
Mm.
Yeah, that was my first impression.
New
I
Yorker.
said, we'll get to know each other later.
Mm.
I said, but he gave me the New York head nod
Mm-hmm.
without me knowing
Mm-hmm.
you were born in New York.
Yeah. You know what? Real talk.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got too. Like he gets me, I get him,
Yeah.
and not right now.
Yeah,
But-
no, because we're working, we're busy.
Yeah, maybe we'll say some words after, right?
Yes.
And I mean, for people watching the show,
But
this
we
is at
did that a
You
few
gonna
times.
fucking cut me off? I'm in the middle of a sentence. Is this the way it's gonna be in the show?
We'll never get through
Dude, give me
the
the
story.
remote so I can cut his mic. That's all I have to do. Just
but
cut
we
his
did
mic.
the head nod at least 4 or 5 times
That's a lot of head nodding.
before we shared a drink and happy hour.
We were peacocking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
up and down.
Yeah,
and
we
really-
we didn't really have too much conversation.
No.
Yep. Yeah.
No, it's really because I was working, he was working,
Mhm.
and we were just sitting at the
Well,
bar.
pretending to work, maybe.
Really big shocker. We were sitting at the bar, working.
Like any
And
work gets
what
done
I was
there.
trying to say to cut me off was for people watching the show who don't know, it's at the University Club in San
Yep.
Diego, right?
Yep.
Atop the Symphony Towers.
Yeah.
It's a great spot.
Beautiful place, by the way.
Yeah, and you'll hear more and more about that place as we talk and share stories because we want to share a lot of stories. So yeah, we sit there and cut. Did we have a drink that night?
No.
We did not.
It was after
we did
several,
not, right?
After several more encounters, then we did. Then I think we stayed towards happy hour, and we just started talking casually and laughing, and things like that. And then we kind of like closed our laptops at the same time. It's like, you want to have a drink? And then you initiated the whiskey, and then we took it from there, man. The rest literally is history. It was the whiskey, bro. It was the whiskey. Yep.
Isn't it interesting that if we had known that at that time, we'd have fucking run.
I ain't doing this.
Oh hell no! I know where this
Straight
is going.
Carl Lewis. I ain't doing this. I'm too old.
I'm just like, I got stuff to do. I can't handle him.
God. But how did you meet Jacob?
Jacob's got a much better way of telling that story than I do.
Well,
Who the fuck you keep looking at? There's nobody
our
there.
audience here for joining us.
We don't have an audience.
But wait, did you hear his intro?
Indubitably. Indubitably. All right, Jacob. Tell the story, man, because you're going to tell it better than I do.
In a galaxy far, far away.
And this is why your bar is so eclectic.
We're joined by the 3 protagonists here. We met at the University Club. All right. So,
Jacob, you know that's how that guy died. You trying to tell a story like that?
that is, yes.
That
He
guy
died
was
and
alive
he's-
and well.
he's
Until
still
you
there.
tried
As
to
soon
tell
as
a story.
he
Exactly.
he took his last breath. He said, "I'm out this bitch."
And he's stuck there still.
To this day, that's the curse,
Ah.
Can never get away from it.
Wait, what's his name?
Ah.
Does he have a name?
What is
Is
this?
he
Oh,
in
Dean.
camera?
Dean
Is
is.
he in camera?
Yeah, he's there. He's looking at the camera right now.
All right.
Are
What's
you
his name again?
texting? You're supposed to be telling us.
He's
What are
playing
you
a
doing?
video
I'm
game.
just making sure that it's recording.
He's
All right,
playing
it
a
This
is
video
first show, we have to make sure it's
All right.
recording,
I
right?
see the red lights. You know, at least not red and
Really?
blue lights. Then I'd be cut
you got
off.
you got one LED.
Oh, well,
everything's okay.
They are red and blue.
They are red and blue. I
Yeah.
should be out of here. Now, at least they're not flashing. Racial profiling ass like.
But getting back on track, getting back to the story. So, as legend would have it, I end up at the university club. I was there for probably about a month or so, and I stumbled my way over to the bar, and there was no seats available. So
You
Mike,
didn't stumble. You weren't drunk yet.
oh yeah, true, not that point. Just stumbled from a long day. Wander over to the bar, and then Mike here sitting at the bar, being his grumpy self, taking up three
That's
chairs.
disrespectful.
Oh,
Mind your elders.
I'm minding him. And Mike over here decides to move his briefcase and offer me a seat there next to him.
That's kind.
That was kind. That was very kind.
It's out of character.
Out of
but it's
character,
kind.
certainly.
People that know him know
There
that.
was somebody who came over trying to sit next to me today. I
Yeah.
had to move my bed.
Oh, Jesus.
So I obliged to it, sat down, took a seat, and then I asked the bartender if he could bring me over a glass of rum of some kind. And so we talked a little bit about profiles I was looking for, and then needless, he brought over a nice glass of rum. And then Mike over here turns over to me. He's like, rum? Really? He's like, is that, why do you drink that? And so, needless, that was my cue, as I always enjoy to have one, to go into the history of rum, where it derives
He's
from.
not even going to talk to us. He's just going to talk to these random people out in the middle of the ether.
Well, they need to learn about us first, and then we get into everyone here. So, yeah. No, they probably don't, but they will after some time. Hopefully. We'll see. And then so we start chatting about rum. I tell him the history of it, and then for some odd reason, he decides that I'm all right
Well,
and to stick around.
well, it was the preciseness with which you described the history, the ingredients, why you appreciated the ingredients, and the history that affected it, and the people, and all of that. So, both of us being involved in engineering, I appreciate that level of detail, right? So right off, and you're a young guy, I'm not, and I thought,
He thought I was going to order Bacardi.
no, I actually thought you were just gonna order whiskey, but that's okay. I like you now, for now, so it's fine. It's just fine.
We can't all be basic.
But I appreciated that, and I thought, okay, this, and I mean, it's obvious your communication is unique.
Terrible.
No, it's unique.
Yes, very much so.
And, as people will learn on the show, despite what most people might think initially as kind of like a, I don't know, like a character you built up or something, like you
Pretentious and all
created
that.
for some
Mm-hmm.
other reason, it's not.
No.
You are authentically that type of a person.
That's him.
And, right?
That's him.
And
It's not a layer I can just shed.
and Lem, you're an authentic person, unfortunately. And then most unfortunately, so am I.
Oh my God.
Most unfortunately,
What you
so am
see
I.
is what you
And-
get.
and
with
you-
this
there
brother.
are
There's no option.
There
No,
are no
none.
substitutions.
No.
No
None.
No soup for you. No soup for you.
It's like, is
So-
there anything in the middle? No.
No. Do you see anything in the middle? Okay, thank you, Captain Obvious. Can we move on?
Choose A or B. There's no in between.
So I think that was kind of like driving what started connecting, right? But when did you meet Jacob?
You brought Jacob over during Sunset Sip.
Yes.
And he was with
Oh, I
his
did?
dad. Yeah. And he's like,
That
you
was the
got-
one directly after
My old
Father's
ass
Day.
brain don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't remember
Yeah.
that.
You brought on Sunset
Well,
Sip.
we had a few that night.
Yeah.
that
And we were
that's not descriptive
enjoying every type of liquor, spirit, alcohol they had in the ballroom. And you brought Jacob over. He had on his jacket, his ascot. I was like, okay, this guy is interesting. And then he just starts talking about the different brands of whiskey and scotch and rum. And I'm just like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, well, that was a good meeting. We'll probably never be
because
friends.
we had already shared a few drinks by that
Mhm.
time, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
we had already had a couple of drinks
Mm-hmm.
and conversation and stuff.
Yeah.
So then, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And then you thought that was it?
I thought that was it. It was over.
He's like, I'm never going to meet
I
these
said,
guys
I'll
again.
never talk to him ever again. And because my mind, because I was there for the agency I was working for, I was just zero focused on
Yeah, it was networking.
just straight networking.
Yeah, it was
straight
just straight networking.
And then as time went on, and then all of a sudden we just started meeting up on Wednesday, and it just manifested into what you see today. And so I'm glad I was wrong.
Yeah. What did you
glad
think
I
of
was-
the Ascot?
I actually loved it.
Really?
I thought it was interesting.
So did I.
He's
Yeah.
from London.
I thought it was really,
No,
really
I'm
interesting.
not.
Yeah. But his
Maybe it's a New York thing.
his style is his own, and he does not care if you like it or don't like
Because I'm going
it.
to wear
Because
it
he's
either
gonna
way.
wear it. Either way. And I was like, he is authentically himself. That's it.
Okay, but Jacob, for the people watching the show, why the Ascot?
Why the Ascot?
Why the
All right.
Ascot? Like authentically, why the Ascot? Because there are going to be people watching the show. They're going to go, why is he wearing an Ascot? And they're not even going to believe us that you literally wear them all the time.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
They're
I mean,
custom made
Mhm.
for you,
yes.
right? And they're authentically a part of like how you express yourself, right?
Exactly.
Because clothes is kind of like,
Expression
clearly
of who you are.
I'm more on the relaxed, frumpy side, and then
I'll go into further detail of how you adjust later.
I knew when I
Oh, yeah.
showed up.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys were thinking like, all right, we're all gonna be dressed up
Yeah.
really nice, like you
Yeah.
guys are,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I show up like this, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's how he dresses for
Yeah.
the first episode.
And you look better than you did 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you mean when we were doing a test run?
Yeah. And I thought we was gonna do some kind of recording, and you just came in here looking like you just trimmed
That
some
was
shrubbery.
racial. That
Some
was
shrubbery.
racial.
I
Oh,
think you
really?
was just in there.
Just because I was comfortable, all of a sudden now I'm
No,
Mulan's, huh?
No, backwards
I got it.
hat. I mean,
got
you
it.
scared the neighbors in this place. They started to call
There
the
were only a
police.
couple people clutching their purses. There weren't that many. There were not that many.
So
All
I'm,
right,
I'm glad
anyway,
you look
we're
better.
digressing.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, so the
Why the
Ascot.
Talk
So-
to me now. Stop
Exactly.
looking at
Yeah,
that.
I'm talking to you all now.
All right.
So the Ascot really kind of stemmed from the fact that when I started working as an engineer, traditionally engineers would always show up in a suit, the suit, tie, and everything. And so I just didn't like the traditional black and white suit. It just, to me, it's boring. There's no expression in it. It's not you. And the Ascot really stems from the fact it's lazy. I mean, it goes under the shirt. You can keep the shirt unbuttoned. It's not tight around the neck. And so that's really where the
How old
creativity
were you
started.
when you wore the Ascot first? Dude, we're doing a documentary on Ascot.
Straight up.
Oh, well, don't tempt me. I mean, I just read the historical textbook on all ties throughout history. Oh, I read it. I didn't write it myself. I'll write the future one. It'll be an anthology, and I'll write the next one.
Of course you will.
Of course.
Of course.
So I probably started wearing them about probably 3 years ago is when it really kind of started to
Oh,
take
so
off
it's
and
only
start
3 years
collecting.
ago.
Yeah.
It's probably because you're so young. You ain't got that many years to go back.
23.
Who's
Yeah.
23?
He started wearing it. He's 26, so he started wearing it when he was 23.
Oh, how old he is? We just celebrated his birthday.
Yeah, so I said 23.
I'm not that senile yet.
We
I
haven't
am
even
not
started
that senile
drinking
yet.
yet. And you goes, who's 23? No.
Disrespectful, man. So 3 years ago.
Yeah. And it's just the Ascot. It's relaxing to wear because it goes underneath the shirt, and so it's not as tight around the neck. Because the knot is basically you're tying a normal tie knot, except you just roll it over itself instead of actually doing the final tie around.
Yeah, I never worn an Ascot. So.
Yeah.
You got to wear Ascot one time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the one who's going to pull off an Ascot.
I think it would
You could
look,
pull off an
it would
Ascot.
look like, a
You-
Red Lobster bib, but you could pull it off.
It looks like
You know I'm allergic to lobster. Why
Right.
you got to bring that up?
And I'm going to bring one big lobster in front of you and put the bib on.
We're going to see what happens when you do that.
he'll be as red as a lobster too.
I think I might be the one ready.
You could pull off a. You could pull off.
Yeah,
an
you
Ascot.
could.
I can pull off Ascot?
Yeah.
I
think so.
genuinely think you.
You
could.
could have pulled off the purple one this weekend, but you said no.
Yes, and I meant it. Why do you continue to bring up the past and my trauma?
That's gonna be in his next. That's gonna be in your next book, isn't
Yes.
it? The
Ooh.
trauma of
Oh,
being
wait a minute.
forced to
Speaking of
ride an
trauma,
Ascot.
we need a drink.
Yeah, that brings up a good point. Let's grab a bottle over here from the bar.
Is it culture?
Yeah. So we have a lovely bottle.
You damn racist. That's what you
culture?
are. You damn racist.
Is it a culture thing that you people like to drink so
No,
much?
it's just because I'm with you. I need alcohol.
Okay, yes. So it is culture.
It's our culture.
It's our culture. There we go.
Ah. Without further ado, so I think we should try a little dram of this bottle we got from the Obscure up in LA this weekend.
Put it close to the
So this
camera.
is- yeah,
that way
this
they can
is-
see it.
7 spheres.
How much was it?
This bottle, I think, rang in at $75, but with the bottle comes with a year-long membership at the Obscure. So the Obscure is a collective for the arts up in the LA Art District, and it started off as a small distillery, and then it kind of took off from there. COVID changed a lot of the laws here in California, and then it kind of changed how you could drink, especially publicly. And so they changed their entire dynamic and created this, basically a bastion to enjoy libations and enjoy art.
He's meaning we drank at a bar.
Well, yes, yeah.
Where they painted pictures.
Yeah.
And
the
very
ice
glad.
glasses and ice. Mhm.
They had a little more than that. They had good bitters too. You know,
It was
drams.
kindergarten for
But-
adults.
It kind
Exactly.
of was.
Yeah, sippy cups and art.
But it was genuinely a really cool spot.
It was fly.
It was a really
It
Shall we
was.
see the pop? Huh?
That's always the best sound. I always like that.
Absolutely.
Always like that. All right.
All right.
Yeah, pour ours first. He gets to wait.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's going by age.
Well, it's my bar, so
It is your bar.
It is.
Look at these pretty glasses you made.
I tried to
Ascot
be.
and hats.
Yeah.
Real talk, baby.
Real talk.
Our first episode.
Oh my gosh. This is fire right
How
here,
long
man.
before we get canceled?
I think we already have been.
Another hour. Because I already talked about culture.
Dude, we already talked about a boat.
Yeah.
And Putin.
and the other name that I don't know how to pronounce.
Oh, yeah. Don't
No,
bring it
no,
up.
no, no, no.
Don't bring it up. Salud, gentlemen.
Cheers.
My arms aren't that long.
Woo! There you go. Oh, this smells good.
You know the thing you learned too?
Yeah.
There it goes.
Don't do that, dude. Please don't do
Well,
that.
Jacob does it best. So wait, hold on. Let me.
Oh, crap. Dude, you know what? I'm going to get somebody to edit this out. Oh, crap. I ain't looking at you when you do that nonsense. I hope you choke on it.
No, that needs to
Choke
go
on it.
That needs to go on the show. Don't cut off.
It needs
my
to go
stuff.
away, is what it needs to do. Choke on it.
Well, would you like to go into a little detail about this libation itself?
Thank you.
Specifically, what makes it unique? Yeah.
I appreciate you asking. Yeah, I would.
Just to help lead on the conversation.
Honestly, the biggest thing that struck me with this is I have never, and as I understood it, from one of the founders that we met.
Theron.
See,
Mhm.
thank you very much.
He was a good guy.
Try to remember some things.
Shout out to Theron.
Yeah, shout
Gave
out.
us a great experience. Him and his team, man, it was a great,
Yeah.
great experience.
The Obscure LA baby.
It was very, very cool. And I'm not a mixed drinks guy at all. And they made some interesting
They
cocktails
did. Yes.
that I drank. I actually drank them. So,
You were forced to do a lot of things that weekend.
so many.
We'll get to it,
So
but
many
describe the
things.
drink. We'll get
So
to
many
it.
things. So what I found was super interesting about this
Mhm.
is that all American bourbon is supposed to have virgin American oak barrels that are charred, right? And it has to be virgin American oak. This is the first distiller I've ever heard of that used virgin American oak, but did not char them. So the staves are virgin untouched, and this whiskey ages inside of it without any of the char. And it produces a very unique nose. Notes that I'm not you're not typically finding in other whiskeys. It's kind of like a high ethyl alcohol for sure. And then kind of some sharp notes of like, I don't know, like sour or something like that I'm getting, which is not necessarily like a taste, but it's kind of a profile.
Yeah.
And then, but when you drink it, has a nice smooth alcohol content throughout it, and a little watery, not too oily, and it has a really great oak flavor to it, right? I mean, wouldn't you guys agree?
Yes. Well, I think that's because it's non-charred barrels.
Right.
And so you're just playing all of those oak flavors straight out of it.
Right, but I thought the char was critical to allowing those staves to really permeate the liquid, right? And it doesn't seem to be the case here.
No, because I mean, you're just pulling out different things out of that barrel. Because
Different
the char
things.
is like caramelizing
Right.
the compounds of the
Right.
wood.
So now you're getting some like original material.
Yeah.
Mixing in with the alcohol, and it's creating a very different experience, and it's good.
Yeah.
So what I was worried about is, because it happens a lot, you go to these tastings at distillers, and you're in the moment, and maybe you had a few, and then you're thinking, okay, this is like amazing, this is really good, and then you buy the bottle and you go back, and then you drink it at the bar at your home bar, right? And it doesn't taste like that. And you're like, okay, clearly I was drunk or I was not paying attention.
Yeah.
Because it was
Was this the
drink's
first
nice.
one?
Pardon?
Was this the first one that
No,
we
this
had?
was the last one we
This
had.
is the last one.
So we
Ah,
started
okay.
with the gin, which was really delightful. That was like the almost the Christmas
That was
cookie
pretty
flavor.
cool. Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that one was
That was
phenomenal.
pretty
I'm not a gin guy, and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good, and then it went from there to the brandy because I can't call it a cognac
Right.
because it went to that whole story.
So I actually
yeah.
like the brandy.
Mhm.
Remember I reordered the brandy drink?
Yes.
It was good, man.
Mhm.
It was really, really good. So complete immersive experience at Obscure. That was awesome. Celebrating your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all for
Man.
joining.
To the little homie.
Spoiled fucking rotten all
Yo,
weekend
all
long.
weekend long.
All weekend long.
You got the whole VIP
Ain't nobody
treatment
doing
up
that
there.
for me.
Yes,
Well,
we are.
we're gonna do it for
We
you.
are.
Shut up.
Listen, we're gonna go to McDonald's
Sure.
Playhouse.
Don't get my hopes up.
Let them go down to the slide.
Oh, we'll get him the little crown too to wear.
Oh, from Burger King.
Yes.
So to confuse the children, have a Burger King crown and McDonald's.
You know I can fucking hear you right now. I'm sitting right here. I can hear you.
He'll get the little toy.
Oh, his birthday. But you know what? We're gonna have to record it because he's not gonna remember it because he's so old.
Jacob, give me his mic. Give me the mic control.
I got it. You told me to fix it, so now I got it.
No, I was just gonna turn it off.
We just gotta record these memories in the event you can't remember. What happened 2 minutes ago.
Sometimes I can't. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Sometimes
you
it
said-
sometimes it
He's like,
escapes me.
I did that. I'm like, yes, bitch, you did
Dude,
it.
it's the worst when my wife looks at me like,
Really?
for real?
Yes. Uh-huh.
We just had this conversation. I'm like, no, we didn't. I don't remember it.
No, Kim will say to me, I know I'm sounding like a broken record. In my head, I said, yeah. You, I don't want to say it out loud because I like where I live. I was like, yes, but you do. I said it 5 times. What's the
Please.
issue?
Kim's too sweet. I have no idea what she sees in me.
Listen, I'm not responsible for her bad choices.
You stole my line.
Hey! I got guys.
I got put my best guys on it.
guys.
So, okay. So, to kind of sum up where we're at right now, because we're giving like backstory, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole point right now, right? Kind of give people a feel for like where we started, meeting up together, and then
What the menagerie is all about.
what he said.
Yeah.
And then
The purpose of us being here? Good enough?
no,
Oh.
so I like that
Yeah.
because I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that on the drive up here.
Mhm.
I was like, all right, because our company now is
Yeah.
CastGRIT Productions,
Yes.
right? And I had salute to
Yeah,
CastGRIT.
salute.
So, and I had a small podcast that I tried out to see if I liked it, called CastGRIT Life, and I ended up liking it very much. But then we had kind of a transition where the old co-host and I decided he was going to do new things and I was going to do something else, and tried it out a little bit on my own, and it just couldn't get the vibe, right? It just didn't feel authentic or real. So then I kind of like lingered for a while, and then got busy with work, joined the U Club, and did it mostly because of work. I use it as a workspace and then a networking place and then a social place. It does all three very, very well. And then we all met, and then we started hanging out and talking, and I think that what came out of that, going back to your comment about people, is that I was thinking on the drive, really what this show is about, it's about people and purpose.
Yes.
That's what the real talk is about, right?
Mhm.
We're all really kind of drawn and interested, and that's kind of, I think, what the show we've talked about is going to be about, is bringing these really interesting people that we meet along the way, And you guys are just freaking amazing at meeting and identifying interesting people who have these interesting purposes. And then
Because you don't want to talk to people.
I don't want that. No.
He's like, just get them. I'll vet them.
Just
You
bring
get
it
them.
So like, FYI, not a people. Not.
No.
I can't say we ever noticed.
Hey, you said this was real talk.
It was real talk.
It's real talk. So
Real truth.
real blunt talk. However, the irony is that I do really like people. I'm very choosy about, I talk a lot about time and treasure.
Mm-hmm.
My time and treasure is really valuable to me. I grew up as a poor kid, did not have a lot. Single mom worked her ass off so that I could get a good education and have opportunities that she never even dreamed of, So where I am today, I'm super, super blessed that my wife and I have a great life with amazing people in it. And because of that, I'm real careful about my time and treasure because I know what it's like not to have either, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to waste any of it because the ride's short. And it's shorter for me than it is for you, not Lem.
I got a long way to go, baby.
Not Lem. But for you, you got a lot more than I got. No, real talk. It's just, so when we're driving up, I was thinking, the old show was all about grit, which this still show is about grit. That's why it's produced by CastGRIT. But what I think that we're going to be able to do, and I think it's that collective, that chemistry that the three of us have, and we've been testing this for a little bit, right? Yeah. I mean, we hang out with people and stuff, and it's been really nice to see people like respond to us and kind of go like, you guys are, stupid, or you guys are hilarious, or whatever, right? Whatever it is,
Diabolical, man.
Right? Or some, or some don't like us, and I'm good with that too. Actually, I'm probably more good with it than either one of you are.
You're like, well, you don't like us?
Yeah,
good.
Over there.
Let me tell you something else about that.
That's where Mike comes in. That's why he's the muscle.
So, kind of wanted to talk about that if you guys are down.
Yeah.
Is we each have an affinity for people in our own way, and we each have purpose, right? And that's, I think, what's bringing us here today, right? You've got passions that you're chasing right now. So do you. So do I. And we've got some things now that because of this show and our hanging out and the chemistry that, other business ventures that we're doing together as well. And I think that's all because we're chasing purpose, right?
Absolutely.
But I think it'd be good. If you guys are cool, I'll start with Lem. Kind of what brought you to the University Club was, and as much as you're comfortable sharing, that journey of your purpose, right? Trying to find, how do I apply my gifts? Because you have a lot of gifts, brother. How do I apply my gifts to a purpose? And I'm stealing your word that has impact, right? So maybe you share a little bit about that, because for me anyway, as a listener to you talking, and then when Jacob gets his turn, and then I think another thing we want to do on this show is, inform and entertain, right? We want people to feel like they got some information that either spoke to them or spoke to somebody they know. And at the same time, have a little bit of fun, right? Because it sticks if you have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, they remember.
You remember, right? So if you could share a little bit about kind of your journey along your search for purpose.
I think when with the agency that I was working for, then, they would ask me, how are you going to build up this region? How are you going to connect with people? And I just kind of shared the story with Mitch, emailing me on LinkedIn and checking me out and things like that, asking me to come up to the U Club and take a tour. And at that time I was working for another organization, and I just didn't see the collaboration. I didn't see the fit. So I just kind of kept it in my back pocket. And then when I moved on to the next agency, as soon as she said, how are you going to build this up? I said, I know. I said, let me call Mitch and see if the offer still stands to join the University Club. So we go through the whole rigmarole, the tour again, and sharing the benefits of being a member and just getting in there and seeing the vibe. Yeah. That's what got me. It was, it's a professional setting, yet it's relaxed. You could get work done. You could laugh. You could have a drink. You'll be able to make some money, some contacts, networking. And I just thoroughly enjoyed the vibe and
the staff.
And the staff. Oh, the staff at the University Club is absolutely phenomenal. They're like, they're not even staff. They are extended family members and friends. I mean, that's how I feel about them. And I know you guys
We
do
should
as
get
well.
some free tachos.
Hell
Because
yeah.
of what we're doing right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I say
y'all
we,
heard that,
I
right?
say hey, we get free tachos.
Free
Talk
socks.
shows.
With
But,
the
but, they have been
carne
kind.
asada.
Yeah.
With the carne asada.
Oh, and extra guacamole.
Really? That's what we're gonna do? When it's my turn to talk about purpose, you're gonna talk about my short-lived life because of the guac?
He's going to take your purpose and put a little guacamole
Put a
on
little
it.
guacamole on it. That's gonna be a real shitty purpose. Tell you right now,
That could be a short-lived purpose.
Oh, it's not gonna be a good purpose.
I think he just changed his purpose.
Oh my God. But just connecting with everyone and seeing how much impact I was able to make with the agency.
Yeah.
Because the people I was meeting and still continue to meet really aligned with the core values of the agency I was working for.
I would argue they align with your values.
Yeah. Yes. I would thank you. And yeah, absolutely. And it was just a great connection. And, I'm still able to make so much impact. I'm able to help different people because of the University Club. I was able to help one of the staff members get a job, and he hasn't even graduated with his degree yet. That makes me feel really good that my network can help someone. If it can't help anyone, then it's just a bunch of business cards laying around. And I don't need trash laying around my house.
Yeah, but I think you're not kind of really sharing how, I mean, you've raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
To impact a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 7 figures.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
That-
Almost $2 million in cash or in-kind
in a
donations.
year.
Less than a year.
And for
Yeah.
what purposes?
To help those that have been underrepresented. Yeah. To really, and to help them to feel human again. As one of my former colleagues eloquently put it, your donations, whether cash or in kind, helps our clients to feel human again. And that has struck me to the core.
Yeah, that's powerful.
And I just continue to use that even with the new agency I'm with. Shout out to Computer to Kids. The new agency I'm with, we are able now to help people feel involved in the world by handing them a refurbished laptop.
But why is that so important to you? Because it drives you, man.
Because I enjoy seeing the light and the fire in that other person. Because I know how it feels when people are trying to hold you down. I know how it feels when people are trying to block you and close doors in your face and say all sorts of nasty and malicious things about you.
To tear you down.
Just to tear you down because they don't like your vibe. Not like you did anything to them. I'm far from being perfect. But it's not like you've done anything to them, but just the fact that you want to destroy my light to feel better, I take issue with that. But if I could help someone realize their purpose, if I could help someone realize they are bigger and better than their past, man, I'm going to sleep like a change-fed baby.
So I'm gonna poke the bear.
Yeah.
And ask, there's a lot of times you do that
Mhm.
and they squander it.
Uh-huh.
How do you deal with that?
You know what? I have to look at it like this. I cannot control their actions.
But do you feel like you wasted your time?
No.
Really?
No. Yeah.
I would feel like I wasted my
Yeah.
time.
Well, you know what? There have been times in my life where I have squandered wonderful opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And yet,
Salute to that.
Okay?
I mean,
And
not
yet-
that it's a good thing,
Right.
but
And yet someone has opened up a door for me. The reason
same.
the reason why I'm at Computer to Kids, yes, number one, I have worked hard and I have been faithful and networked and shown integrity. But there were conversations happening in reference to me behind my back in a very positive way. And
These were positive? Because normally
the ones that you
the ones we have, that's so positive.
that's so positive.
Luckily the camera went on. I'm sorry, continue.
You're such a jerk.
That got awkward.
But these
No, it's true. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
familiar with how that whole thing rolled down.
Exactly. I mean, we were fundraising for the other agency I was working for.
Is that when the whole thing went down?
Everything happened
with Anthony?
Mike, I'll be right back. And you're like, Lem, we get ready to start. I was like, I know, but I'll be right back. But I didn't know what was happening. Anthony was like, I need you to meet someone.
Shout out to Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony. He's like, I need you to meet someone. And we have this conversation, and Cherie gives me her card, and I look at Anthony, and he's just over there smiling. I was like, you orchestrated this. And so
that's how he does it.
Yeah, and so that leads me, and so therefore, I wanna, it's like reciprocity, man. I wanna pay it forward. I wanna be able to go out there and say, look, you may not have had the best opportunities. You might have messed up a few times. How can I help you reach that next level? I want to help.
But do you think that comes from I'm divulging here, your ministry background?
That was even before I got into the ministry.
Really?
Yeah, I was like that, period. I was always helping people.
It's just innate in you.
Yeah, in me. Before I knew about anything about God, religion, Christianity, I just liked helping people. I got a kick out of seeing people get excited if I bought them a gift or if I was able to introduce them to someone. I mean, Christmas time in my house, I love to see Kim and the kids' face. When they start opening stuff up, man, I'm just
so you tell that story all the time.
Yeah, I love
all
that.
the time.
I love that. So back to the young man at the U Club, when he said, hey, Lem, thank you so much. I'm working with John. He's already given me a project. Then John says, Lem, I can't thank you enough. I'm beaming. You don't have to say thank you all like that. I'm good. The fact that this young man gets to put this on his resume and is able to share with another company, this is what I've done, man, I'm a happy guy. He never has to say thank you again. I know I did my part. And I do it with no regret.
And the amount of work that you have to put into it, no problem.
No.
Because you think that's your purpose?
Yes.
To help people.
To help people reach their purpose. Because people try to stop me from reaching mine. And yet I am fulfilling it each and every day. I keep going higher and higher, higher. My wife told me the other day, she said, you're the only one that could get an entry-level job and now move up to VP in a year. I say, yeah, God is good, and thank you for hard work.
Yeah. But it's because you chase it.
Yeah, I do. But I didn't know it was coming, Mike. We were fundraising for the previous nonprofit. You were there. Brendan was there. We were hanging out. Kim came through. So many folks came through to help us. And we and for the U Club, Brian Lee, shout out to Brian and the whole bar staff. Man, just to say, Lem, we want to give you this space for your nonprofit. You guys do your thing. And then Mike comes in. Jacob is there. Everyone starts inviting different people. That's what it's all about. You never do it, for praise, for recognition.
Some people do.
Some people do. And do you? But I do it because it really makes me feel that I have accomplished something that is bigger than me. And I always keep in the back of my mind, whether you want to call it God or the universe, that something good is going to come out of this. And if I'm able to make some connects for someone else, I'm going to keep doing it. And sometimes when they do, full transparency, when people do kind of piss you off or squander it, you know what, you do say, honestly, I ain't doing nothing else. And then 5 minutes later, oh, I know exactly who could help you. Like, shit, I thought I wasn't going to do that anymore. But I can't help myself, man. I cannot help myself. I mean, I did it today. I was doing it yesterday. Yeah. I'll do it again tomorrow. And even when I started, at C2K, the moment I made the post that I'm the new VP of philanthropy, someone from New York, from a university in their law program, reached out and said, I have an opportunity for you and your new agency. It always comes back, man. It always comes back. So I'm always going to be me. Even if you change up, I'm going to be me. You may not have as much access to me if you try and destroy me.
Right.
But I'm still going to be me. Yeah.
You're not stupid.
I'm not dumb.
Yeah, you're not stupid.
Like, I can't put my reputation on the line. Yeah. But if I know that you are really trying, you messed up just like I've messed up countless times. But people still put me on.
Mhm.
People still say, Lem, I want to introduce you. People that just met me a month ago. Hey, man, I want to put you on. That touches me, and I got to pay that back. There's a debt that I owe, and I'm going to keep doing it.
Is that why you're sitting here today?
Yeah.
There's a debt he owes to us.
Yeah, because you know what? That's a
That's
good one.
what it is.
I didn't even hear that part.
Look, hold on. Let me drink real quick before I start cussing.
Damn, Jacob.
That might help
You
with the
just
cussing.
cut him. He wasn't even looking.
Yeah, he said, now you owe us. Have you done anything yet? There you go.
Is that why you agreed to be a part of this?
Well, you know what, Mike? When you brought to me,
A little top off. Thank you.
when you brought to me the idea of doing a podcast together, all you did was solidify a dream. Because I used to have a radio show.
You told me that.
Yeah, when I was when I was
Wait,
a
can we
teenager.
find that show?
Oh God, I don't know.
I want to
pull it up.
Oh, we
I
gotta
don't know.
Google that shit
We
up.
gonna look it up.
Oh, we gotta look that up.
Let's look it up.
Oh wait, Jacob's on it.
Yeah, Jacob's on it. And it was
Jacob's on
called
it.
damn.
You know what? I don't think you told me this.
Yeah.
You told me
That
that
Kim
you
got me equipment for a podcast.
Yes.
For a Christmas
Yeah.
gift.
yes.
But I had a radio show called Keeping It Real.
He
what
did
it
not
really-
tell me that.
No, I didn't.
Did he tell you that, Jacob?
And
No.
it was with a friend of mine who's in IT in Binghamton, New York. She lives in Binghamton now. And we had a radio show called Keeping It Real. And Carl C. Burnett, God rest his soul, Carl C. Burnett Jr., sponsored our show every month for $600. Every single month. And we did that show for almost a year.
Really?
Yeah. But it was really difficult to get sponsors. And so we had to, shut it down. But we did it. I mean, it was awesome. And what was so funny, let me tell you this, Mike. People that knew us did not want to sponsor us. But it was the folks that didn't know who we were. The Carl Burnett
It's the way it works.
met me one time, and I went and told him, I have this radio show. This is the sponsorship amount. And he was like, oh, I remember you. You used to hang around so-and-so. I was like, yeah. He opened up, you know how they carry that big checkbook and open it up, the binder, and wrote it out to the radio station. And I just sat back. And that was a snowball effect of people that just meet me.
That was
It
the
builds
catalyst.
belief too.
Yes.
Builds belief.
Yeah, my faith was definitely,
Yeah. Because you're like,
increased there.
okay.
Yeah. And I know it's 5 minutes, man. And I'm pretty sure he's like, all right, let me give him this check because I got bodies coming in. He's got funerals coming up.
Yeah.
But the fact that he took time out to listen to this kid at 17 years old did something to me, man. I'll never forget Carl Burnett for that. May he rest in peace. I'll never forget that. So when you brought it to me, it brought back memories, and you was like, why? I said, this is something that I've always wanted to do.
You did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you was
And
really,
we were still doing it. We were still doing the East Coast thing. Like,
yeah.
how full of shit is he?
Yeah, exactly.
We were still doing
And
that.
you started bringing,
Yeah.
and you just kept bringing up stuff. I was like, this dude is digging into my past. Who told him? I'm looking around like, who texts Mike? I haven't given out Mike's number. And so it really, this is an opportunity on another platform to help someone else. I know we're going to have fun. It's going to be instructional, informational, and entertaining. But at the end of the day, we still get to be a blessing. We still get to be a help to someone else.
And cheers to that.
That's why I love it.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about, man.
Salute.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
You know what? That makes me think about, I forget where I was. I was traveling somewhere. This is before the UK. And I came back, and it's funny because you tell me I introduced you to Jacob. But you and I had talked about the show, and I had come to you about the show. I did not come to Jacob about the show.
Correct.
I came to you about the show, and then you were hanging with Jacob while I was traveling.
Yeah.
And then when I
went to Chicago. Because you went to the other club there.
I went to
That's
Chicago.
right, yep.
And you and I were hanging. At
That's
the happy
right.
Hours.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Was that SEMA when you guys went to SEMA?
No, we were at SEMA when you were
In the
in
UK.
Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sound bougie as fuck.
Chicago. Went over to Asia
I can't
real
do it how Jacob does it. I can't do it.
Don't forget about
Anyway,
Korea. He's over there.
yeah. I was just washing dishes,
Mr.
and packing trucks, man. Don't worry about it.
Mr. Worldwide over here.
Yeah, I was just washing dishes and packing trucks. So I was in Chicago, and when I came back, I was texting you, and I said, hey, let we get back, let's talk about the show, Then you said, okay, cool. And we set the meeting, and you said, yeah, Jacob's joining us. I never invited Jacob.
Yeah.
And we know how my normal personality is like, yeah, Jacob don't need to be there. That's what I normally would, truth be told, you all know that's what I would say.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
Jacob doesn't need to be there.
I don't know him like that.
I'm like, no, he's going to be there. And there was a moment where I stopped and I went, Jacob should be there for a reason. You saw the reason, and I already knew Jacob's integrity.
Yes.
So it was a wrap for that. And then I thought, okay, let's just test it out. And that was it.
That was it.
The rest is history.
It was the vibe at that moment. And then we did a bottle share.
Yep, we did a couple bottle shares.
A couple bottle shares at, his shitty bar.
My dive bar.
His dive bar. Crash.
I don't hang out
As the
in places
last
like
man
this.
who tried to buy a drink here.
Yeah. We turned him into the bartender. We put
Did
a
he
curse-
try to help someone or start a
He
podcast?
tried.
He tried.
And look at him.
We put a
Just
curse
withered
on-
away.
He's been there for the past 150 years.
Wait a minute, I can't remember.
Never
What was
left.
his name?
Dean.
Dean.
Yeah.
I like the name.
Dean the Deathologist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
look at you.
Oh, yeah.
He's educated.
Oh, yeah, he is educated.
The
Okay.
deathologist.
Hey,
He's an educated bartender.
thank you, Dean.
Yeah,
Thank you,
see?
Dean.
Dean's
Thank
holding
you,
down the
Dean.
bar
Now,
over
Dean,
there.
if you speak back, I'm getting the hell out of here.
He's gonna be like this.
If I wake up in cold sweats tonight, I'm whooping y'all ass around.
Dean's after you.
So he said. So you said, all right, Jacob's gotta be here, and then we sat down here, and I kind of like felt it out as I usually do, and it felt very organic. And I said, all right, let's do another meeting, and then it just kept going from there.
But you thought it was going to die off when you were gone for almost a month.
No, I didn't.
You came back and said it. You was concerned. Like the vibe was going to be a little shaky.
Oh, I thought you meant the show was gonna die off.
No.
Oh,
The
then our vibe?
Yeah. Because
But then we go to
Yeah.
Vegas.
we were texting you and you were texting us.
No, that wasn't the reason why.
Okay.
The reason why I thought the vibe might kind of dissipate or whatever was I took off pretty early.
Yeah.
Post our conversations.
Yeah.
And I was gone for like a month. And I got a lot on my plate. And I thought when I get back, how much of a priority is this going to be? Right?
Yeah.
Relative to the other things I'm trying to do. And when we got back, I don't even, you know, my damn. We got together somewhere for drinks or
No,
something.
when
like
you got back, we celebrated Josh's birthday.
Is that where we
Yeah,
went
because
first?
you went to the wrong restaurant.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they came
No,
over.
they sent my
They
ass
sent
to the
you to
wrong,
the
wrong
correct.
restaurant,
Correct.
which was next door.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
Yeah.
a big
Right
deal.
next door.
Yeah, that's right.
And you came.
Oh, was that the
because
first one?
We weren't gonna bother you.
Oh, I got a
And-
decent. I got a decent,
Yeah.
not amazing, but a decent cacio e pepe
Cause
there.
yeah. Well, you
The ketchup.
you ordered it
Yeah, off menu.
off menu.
Yeah.
Does your wife know that you was asking that lady to make you something off the menu?
She's married to me. Trust me, she know.
Damn it! I was getting ready to break up a happy home.
Trust me, she knows. She knows.
Jen.
And per usual to her, I'm like, honey, explain to me about your life choices.
Don't control that part.
But you came, yeah, and we hung out.
Right. So that's right. We came back and the vibe was like right away. Like
Like you were never gone.
didn't skip a beat. And then I was like, all right.
Because we were talking trash via text message.
Yeah.
All while you were traveling.
Yeah, because remember he came back, he's like, "You don't even send my old friends, text."
Yeah.
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 Because the entire time he's sending us photos.
Yeah, we was like, you ain't doing shit over there. You're not working.
Exactly. We get to see all of Scotland and Ireland vicariously.
did.
Yep, by phone.
We saw
Mhm.
all of it because of you. Yeah.
But when I was came back, so I wasn't sure. Came back, vibe was there, moved forward, and a lot of it was because I trusted your judgment on people, which is I now am learning to rely on. And then on Jacob, just the integrity, right off the bat.
straight off the bat.
Just right off the bat.
yeah.
So Jacob, you've got for fucking 26 years old, I have no idea how I mean, I have a lot of information in my brain, but the recall to pull the files and be able to apply them is less than it used to be. But it's
He has to
also
control,
never
alt, delete, and shut down, and then reboot.
shut up.
Sometimes the system crashes.
You shut up. Fix the damn mic.
I did. It's not cooperating.
He's running
This-
on DOS.
This mic is a bigot.
What is your? So let me ask this question: is your purpose to accumulate knowledge so that you could use it for your nefarious purposes? No, for your.
Yes, I'm a warlord, by the way.
No,
A notorious criminal.
so that you could
I run a mob and a cartel, you know.
you could apply them because you've shared some of your
Mhm.
incredible goals. And if you don't mind sharing some, what drives you to absorb the amount of information that you do and then have the desire to kind of like design these plans to apply them? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's application of the knowledge.
No, I get that. I mean, does that apply to you? My description that I just gave.
Yeah, in a holistic way.
Yeah?
Mhm.
So what drives you on that?
Well, what drives me to, learning and growing is that's because it's like my main prerogative is to learn and grow, because the more I can learn, the more I grow, and the more I can give back to my society and humanity as a whole. Because
Why? What do they ever do for you?
well, it's because I'm part of it.
Mm,
And it's this great adventure that we're all on together.
on this
And
rock?
It's because we give ourselves purpose. This is my way of viewing it, is we give ourselves purpose from doing things. And the more we achieve, the more we holistically as a group achieve and move forward. So going to space, becoming multiplanetary, curing diseases, lengthening our lifespan, things like that. It's like that's important for us as a society because it allows us to grow more, learn more, become more educated, learn about our communities, the culture, because that's what living's all about. It's absorbing all of that. And
Do you feel responsible to contribute?
yes,
You do.
completely.
Because I get that from you.
Yes.
Like almost like you have a greater responsibility because you have more ability.
Yeah, I guess if you want to look at it in like
Yeah.
that sort of
No, I do look at it
Methodology,
that
yeah.
way. Because if two people come to the table and they're given a book, some of them will only get through a third of it
Mhm.
and then try and do whatever.
He's
You'll
soaking
read
up the whole book.
4 times.
And we'll write a thesis.
4 times, write a thesis,
Yeah.
and then create cliff notes for everybody else.
Oh,
That's right.
it's a curse in its own right,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
You sit
Right.
there, and
Well,
you
you
read
talk-
a chapter, and then you'll be like, I got through this chapter, but I didn't understand, one small concept of it. So instead of just going back and looking at that concept, you end up rereading the whole chapter. It's like, I want to make sure I have this foundation down. And that applies to everything. I mean, mathematics, science, biology, and culture. I mean, as you all know.
And
it's like
Ascots.
Yeah, and Ascots too. I have a full textbook on that, but see, because it all comes into one. It's like a lot of people look in like, oh, well, people who are like that, they only focus on, the science and the data. But see, the culture to me is just as important because that's what makes us unique.
What's more important, the science or the people?
All of it. Neither one is more important.
Why?
Because if we're not there to appreciate the science and push the science forward, the science is pointless to us. Now, the science may serve some purpose to another entity, but not to us any longer. So it only has reason if we're there to learn it, absorb it, and appreciate it.
So it's the observation of it.
Yes, correct.
Interesting. So that keeps you going on the absorption.
Mhm.
What keeps you going for the people? Because just because you
Yes.
participate as a part of this species?
Well, it's because it's the application of it. I mean, you can learn all the knowledge you want in the world, but if you don't apply it and share it, then again, it serves no purpose.
Well, why not just have it serve you a purpose just for you?
Because then that doesn't help the society grow.
But why is that important?
Because my purpose is to ensure the longevity of humankind.
Mm.
And if I can't ensure that my species will survive for as long as I can possibly ensure them to, then I will do everything in my power to do that. Even though I might be some small little cog, an ant in the entire machine,
Yeah, I get it.
it's still playing a part in ensuring that.
It's interesting where that innate, because I feel from you, innate drive to do that. I mean, I hear a lot of stuff like what I'm hearing when I listen like a podcast with Elon.
Mhm.
You talk a lot about the noise.
Yes.
There's just too much. I think that's why you listen to so many different pieces of music
Yes.
all day long, because it helps you drown out all the noise. Because without it, it's just overwhelming.
Well, it's precisely why I listen to, you know, like you said, such a diverse group of music, including music, I mean, that I don't even speak the languages, because I appreciate the culture that's wrapped in it. Because music to me is special. Music is its encapsulation of a certain point, space and time, captured of that human experience into lyrics and into a melody.
A photograph couldn't do that though.
No, so a photograph can do a part of that, but I don't believe it can complete the picture.
Because of the complete like frequency wave.
Yes.
Mm.